I'm going to tell you something a bit strange.
Do I want to put that on the internet?
This book has had me giggling in public. I love him. Oh, my cheeks actually hurt from smiling. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my most anticipated reads. Basically, I decided there was so many books I wanted to read after Christmas, and I didn't really want to do a difficult challenge that would mean that I wouldn't get to read them. Basically, like a lot of other people, I got some really good books for Christmas and I really wanted to read them. So I decided to make a challenge where I can literally just read them. The first book that I've been eyeing up this whole time while I've been doing the last challenge is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. What I've heard of it, the premise sounds so interesting. Basically, a girl decides to die, and there's this thing called the Midnight Library where you can go and live the lives that you could have lived. So yeah, I'm very excited about it, and this is our first book. I'm already at page 38 and I'm noticing how much quicker I'm reading compared to the last few books. So definitely getting back into reading has helped me to read a lot faster. There's a chapter on like every other page, which is great for me. And honestly, I'm loving the writing so far. I don't hate the writing. The writing's okay, it's nothing special, but I'm enjoying it.
I can't help but notice you seem a little at war with yourself here.
Also, look how cute this bookmark is. I have so many bookmarks. I always use like a different one for each book because I like them to match what I'm reading. But these ones are from Moon Chips. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I'll put a link to them in the description anyway. So I've got a Sukuna one and a Gojo one, and they're just so cute. I got another one actually. Wherever that's gone. I think the other one might be in a book at the minute, but I got a Sanrio one as well. Guys, I am halfway through this book and it's been 2 days. Well, the last time I spoke to you was yesterday, and I haven't read any today yet because it's still the morning. Clearly very happy about that. I'm reading this so fast. I don't know why. Like, it's just, well, I do know why. It's because it's good and it's fast paced. It's got very short chapters. I mean, look at, that's one chapter. And I love it for that. I mean, not all of them are that short. I'm going to tell you something a bit strange. It smells like a Roald Dahl book. And to be precise, it reminds me of Fantastic Mr. Fox. I haven't smelt that book since I read it when I was probably like 11. Don't know why I remember that, but I do. That's how it smells. So there you have it. Now you know. I'm just so happy that I am finally getting lost in a book and almost forgetting I'm reading it. Like, this has not happened in so long. I don't think you understand. It's been so long and I'm so happy that I'm reading this book. Also, I currently have read more books this month than I read for the entirety of last year. So well done me. Hated that. So clearly this is working. I'm getting somewhere. I'm reading faster. I'm enjoying what I'm reading. Thank you. Hi guys, it is currently stupid o'clock, and by that I mean it's 7:30 in the morning. Too early for me, as you know. I only have 50 pages of The Midnight Library left, and I am really trying to get through this book for book club, but I'm only at page 16 and I'm really struggling because every time I try and read this, I keep wanting to read this because it's so good and I'm so close to the end. It has the potential to be a 5-star. Wow! Very exciting, but I need a good ending. Otherwise it's going to be 4 or 4.5. It depends on the ending. So I need to read the last 50 pages. I love the cover of this book, by the way. Unfortunately, I'm really struggling to get into it, and I think it's just because I'm so focused on The Midnight Library at the minute. I'm gonna have to finish this one before I carry on with the other. Anyway, I'll come back when I finish The Midnight Library. think it's 5 stars. I was a bit apprehensive to give it 5 stars. It was definitely 4.5, and then I was like, can I give it 4.75? Why am I being picky? Just give it 5. The only reason I wasn't sure about giving it 5 stars is because my other 5-star books are ones that I could just read again and again and again because they're like my go-to books. But this one could become that, like, very easily. It just, you know, isn't right now. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. You should read it. I'm really happy that I read it. It's a book that I found myself thinking about when I wasn't reading it. Like, I would just be sat in uni and I'd be thinking about this book. I'm so glad that it ended the way that it did, because it's the way that I had expected it to end, but I was also worried that they might go in a different direction and then I would have been disappointed, which is why I needed to wait to be able to give it 5 stars until the very end, and I think it deserves it. First most anticipated book, getting 5 stars is pretty good. Quickly, I just want to add that while I enjoyed the plot itself, that is not the reason that I love this book. It's about the questions that it has you asking yourself. It's about what the book is trying to get across and the way that it makes you feel while you're reading it and while you're not reading it, just thinking about it. Yeah, the reason that I love it isn't for the plot and the characters, although I do like those. It's about how it made me feel and how it made me think about my own life, and I think that that's a really important thing in a book, which is why it's 5 stars. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I'm reading both of these for a book club, so it might be a little while before I get onto the next books for this video. Maybe like a week or so. So if my appearance has changed or my hair has grown out anymore. So trying to read these whilst trying to read the books for this video might be kind of difficult. So I'm going to get as much of these done as I can first, and then I'll come back with the plan for the next books that I want to read for this video. Oh my gosh, it's exactly 1 in the morning, and I have been reading from the moment that I woke up, which was about 11:30, until I had to leave for my book club, which was 7 o'clock. So for about 7 hours, I was reading this book. And I only got to page 222, which is not far off the end. I read the synopsis for the last bit, but it was really good, but I had to start listening to the audiobook just to get through it, because 7 hours is a long time for somebody that cannot read for that amount of time in a row. Talking about it with other people was really fun and actually made me boost the rating. I was going to give it 3 stars, I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, and I'm probably still going to listen to the rest of the audiobook, which is still 2 hours. The audiobook The audiobook is 2 hours for this much. Like, the writing's not even that small. The voice of the audiobook man, that was really nice to listen to be honest. Although unfortunately I had to listen to it in like times 1.25 speed because I was on a time crunch and I didn't even make it, even with 7 hours of my day. So I'm exhausted. But all this to say, it's 1 in the morning and I still feel like reading. Now, I don't want to force myself into some kind of reading slump or make myself not want to read tomorrow. However, only having 1 book on the go right now for my other book club doesn't feel right. So I'm going to start reading the next book for this video, and I'm going to choose which one that is right now. So I kind of have a little bit of an issue. I don't know if it's really an issue, but well, the first book that I read was The Midnight Library, as you know, and that one's kind of like existential in a sense. But so are both of the next books that I want to read. If I read these books for this video, I might kind of get bored of the genre, and I don't want to do that to myself because I want to give these books a fair chance. I think what I'm going to do is read Before the Coffee Gets Cold because that's the one that I'm absolutely the most excited to read. And then I'm going to find one that has a bit of a different genre and save if cats disappeared from the world for sometime in the near future, because I still am really excited to read it. But you know what I've noticed? They're from the same publisher as well, and they look so similar. Clearly I have a taste in books. I don't need to remind you of the time. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna start reading this anyways. You know, this is nothing to do with the book at all, but, well, I suppose it kind of is. The picture of the author, that makes me so happy. He's so smiley. Like, his smile just makes me want to smile. That's so cute. Hello, it is a few days later, and by that it's probably, I actually don't remember the last time I filmed, maybe like a week ago, but I have been reading another book for a different book club at the same time as reading this book. I'm halfway through currently, and I went into this with such high hopes that I think I've been let down. I think partially it was my fault for getting so excited about the premise of the book. So basically, so far we've had 2 stories of people going back in time and talking to their significant others in the cafe. The first story didn't really interest me that much, but I suppose we were getting to know the characters, and everyone in this book has some kind of relationship that we find out as we progress through the story. That everybody's kind of related to one another in some way. I would say the second story was a lot more emotional. That held my attention a lot more. I was very much more invested in the characters. It's split up into the stories of each person going back in time. So I'm on to the third one now. I think there's 3, there may be 4. I really hope that the rest of the book kind of picks up, because the premise of a little cafe where you can go back in time and speak to somebody that you love, it sounds really promising. I don't know, it just didn't really grasp my attention the way that I'd hoped that it would. I don't think it helps that I kept getting confused between the characters, and I did have to keep referring back to the start of the book where it's got a relationship map of all of the characters. But doing that in the start of the book, I kind of ruined a little bit for myself. It wasn't anything like huge, but it was kind of something that I was supposed to find out through the book a little bit. So yeah, I'll carry on reading this and I'll come back to you with my final words, and I'll come back to you with my final review. Hello, good evening. I hope you love my pyjamas as much as I do. It's 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, so, you know, why does that matter? It doesn't. I can wear my pyjamas whenever I like, thank you. So anyway, I'm at page 193. I have about 20 pages left of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It definitely picked up after where I was at yesterday, and I think listening to the audiobook definitely helped me with this one. I haven't really been as emotionally invested in some of the characters as I could have been. How do I always have like red marks on my neck? So yeah, I'm gonna finish the last 20 pages and come back to you. That was a really good ending. So basically the book is split into, I think, 3 sections, and it's basically 3 stories about people that have sat in the chair that takes them back in time to go and talk to whoever it is they want to talk to. So the first story, I wasn't really invested, didn't really understand who the characters were at that point. The second story was much more emotional, but I just didn't
I didn't get like teary-eyed or anything from it. Like, it felt sad, but I didn't feel like the contents was sad, but I just didn't really feel that emotion. And I think the last 20 pages definitely boosted my rating for the book. I think most of the problem was that I had such high hopes going into it and I didn't really know what to expect. I'm gonna sneeze. Overall, it was a really sweet book. It had a lovely sentiment behind it. Shows how we can still learn and grow from, I suppose, just seeing experiences from a different point of view. But yeah, I'm happy I've read it. I think I'd probably give it 3.5 stars. No, I feel like it needs more than that. Maybe a 4 star. I think a 4 star. Like it didn't like, it wasn't a 5-star feel to me, but 3 star for me is just like, it's good, it's okay. And I feel like it was a bit better than just okay. So I'll give it a 4 star, I think. I might change my mind on that rating, but we'll see. The third and final book that I'm going to be reading for this video, it's called My Roommate is a Vampire. It's a romance about, I think they both live as flatmates, but one is awake during the day and works during the day and the other works during the night, and they speak through post-it notes. I think that's how it works, and then they fall for each other. Yeah, I think that's I don't know, I could be completely wrong and getting it mixed up with a different book, we'll find out. I think what I need right now is a light-hearted book that doesn't take too much thought, because all of the books that I've read recently have been, I have to be switched on to, is that better? I don't know. I have to be switched on to get them. Because for a lot of the recent books that I've been reading, it's taken a bit of brain power to completely understand the plot and the story, and I think this is just going to be like a little rom-com. The only other romance story that I've read, other than All the Bright Places and Paper Towns, if you count them as romances, I guess you kind of can, but the only like purely romance book that I've ever read was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I did not finish it. I listened to someone else's description of everything that happens in the rest of the book from the point that I'd read, just because I couldn't live with not knowing like what happened, but I also just couldn't put myself through reading any more of that book. It was bad. I'm sorry if you like Colleen Hoover. I don't. Do I want to put that on the internet? I'm sorry if you're listening to this, Colleen Hoover. I'm sure you're a great person. It just wasn't for me. So hopefully I enjoyed this one a bit more. I'm using this really cute bookmark from Moon Chips, and oh my gosh, look, it just goes so well with it. Yeah, I like matching my bookmarks to my book, so I need to buy more bookmarks. So that's where all my money will be going next time I get money on bookmarks, of course. I'm gonna start this tonight and we'll see how far into it I get, and I'll keep you updated.
Hello all!
Hello all!
I just have to come in and say about this book. I am at page 52. I'm not very far in, but this book has had me giggling in public. Okay, so the main guy, the vampire, his voice in my head is Tom Ellis. And okay, right, let me just tell you what has just happened. It's just a little scene, it's not really spoilery, but if you want to skip it, go to this time. Okay, so what's just happened is, so basically, obviously he's a vampire, so he doesn't eat. So he's had to buy loads of food to put into the cupboards. So that when she moves in, she won't think that it's weird that there's no food in, right? So she goes to cook herself some spaghetti, and he's forgotten to buy pots and pans. And and she's like, where are all of your pots and pans? And he's like, oh, I'm having them repaired. She's like, what? And it's literally like, he's so proud of himself. And he's like, yes, I'm having them repaired. All of them. They're all in the shop. At least that's their accent in my head. I love him. I love another vampire man. Oh, he's surprised? Absolutely not. I'm getting giggly thinking about it. This is how far in I am at the minute. I'm just reading it so quickly and loving the characters, and their interactions are so cute. Like, it's making me giggly. I don't think that's ever happened with a book. So clearly it's doing something right. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Oh my gosh. This man. I can't. You just need to read this book. Like, I want to read every page out to you, but I can't. Not because it'll ruin any, like, plot or anything. I haven't even gotten into the plot. It's just the characters. Well, the character. It's just his cluelessness. It's like his innocence to everything is just so endearing. It's so funny to read. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going back to reading now. Oh my god. That was a strange noise.
What an odd thing to say.
Why am I like, I feel fangirly. I'm gonna stop filming here and keep reading, because, I mean, all I keep doing is giggling, and I think we all know how I feel about this book, so far at least. I mean, it could really shock me and I could end up, you know, absolutely hating it, but so far, the rating is pretty clear. Okay, I'm gonna go. I am speechless. I'm not even 2 pages after where am I blushing? I'm blushing. I mean, I've got makeup on and you can still tell. I can't. It's so awkward. It's awkward right now, but it's just so cute. I didn't think that I was a romance girly, to be honest. But this is good. This is giving me feelings. Wait, that's not what I mean. I don't even know. It's making me giggly. What? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. He did not just say that. He did not just write that. In over 100 years? God's thumbs. I love that. I'm stealing it. I feel like I can't stop filming because every time I do, something happens that just like, oh my gosh, like gets me. This is my heart, by the way. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I'm like, it's tearing my heart out. I really wanted to say, it's tearing me apart, Lisa, for some reason. Okay, I'm delirious right now. I'm gonna have to stop reading and everything. I'm gonna come back tomorrow That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna leave this here because my cheeks actually hurt from smiling. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is a good book. Okay.
Good morning. I am halfway through My Roommate is a Vampire. I'm currently at my boyfriend's house, so I've got to keep my voice down a bit, but I am loving this book so much. I'm giggling, kicking my feet. It's so cute though. I think I've already said this, but I'm in love with another fictional man. Vampire at that. I'm thinking I might go and sit outside and read for a bit because it looks like a nice day outside. Finally, I've been waiting for spring weather because I am so fed up of the rain. Being from England, that's pretty much all I get all year round, but today looks kind of nice, so I'm thinking I might go outside for once and read because the last time I did that was last summer and it's been a while. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say for the update, is that I'm really loving it, and so far 5-star energy. Just thinking about this book is making me smile so big. It's so cute. You have to read it. You have to read it. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't had more hype. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest, just from judging it by the cover. I know, terrible of me. They haven't even kissed yet. They haven't even made a move. Nothing has really happened. Well, it kind of has, obviously, but they don't even know that they have feelings for the other person yet. It's that point, and it's just... Okay, I'm gonna go and read more.
Please, can we stop dressing attractive men in waffle knit Henleys? Please. It's not bad, but it's not okay, here's what they're dressing them in, and here's how they should be dressed. Okay, just for future reference, Henleys are not attractive, to me at least. Also, I have never seen a man wear one. Maybe it's just because I'm in England and not in America, but it's clearly rarer here.
So I finally finished My Roommate is a Vampire, and I'm giving it 5 stars, of course. The characters were all really lovable and it was really funny. It did have a spicy scene in it, so if you don't like reading them, then I suppose you could just skip it. It's still definitely worth to read if you did decide to do that. So I finished, is this the right? That is all of the books for this video finished. I ended up changing the Midnight Library's rating to a 4.5 because as I was reading My Roommate is a Vampire, I got that 5-star feeling, and I realised it wasn't really the feeling that I got with the Midnight Library. So 4.5, 4 stars and 5 stars, which I'm really happy with for a most anticipated reads video. I'm sorry this has been kind of a long one. Give the video a like if you liked it, comment if you feel like commenting, and subscribe if you want to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I don't know why I'm struggling so much, to be honest. What is wrong with me? No, I don't know what to say. You can relive lives that you could have lived.
It's a very important piece. It's a mystery to us all. They're significant. So I'm about to, and I'll come back to you with my final, and I'll come back. So yeah, I'm gonna finish, and so yeah, let's finish this. I will link them in the and I'll let you know. I'll dated.
Because still definitely, it's still definitely